Thank you very much indeed. You'll like this, Carol. We're going well, not high-tech, sort of low-tech, in a way.
Retro.
Retro.
Yeah.
Thank you.
I'm not sure Carol will love this. I don't know how she is about
No,
retro
she's
computers.
all the gadgets, all the
yes,
technology,
of
all
course.
that sort of stuff.
Yes,
yeah.
OK. We're talking about the first home computers and gaming consoles that were launched back in the 1970s. It all felt quite futuristic at the time.
And now, this will make you feel old, they're going into a museum, a new museum. Let's have a look back at the kind of dates we're talking about. So computers were developed for research in the 1930s, but it was the Altair 8800 that sparked the home computer era. That was in 1974.
After its success as an arcade game, it was the unforgettable home pong.
Yeah.
That was developed for our own TV screens in 1975.
Only the very lucky few had them then.
Yes.
It was in 1989 when Nintendo released its first Game Boy, with the likes of Super Mario Land and Tetris making it an immediate success.
And of course, the World Wide Web has been around since 1991, although the first email had already been sent 2 decades earlier.
So this technology is now so ancient, it's being exhibited in a new museum in Leigh in Greater Manchester, and Peter Ruddick is geeking out there this morning. Hi, Peter. What have you found?
That's right. Good morning. Welcome back to the Northwest Computer Museum here in Leigh, near Wigan. This is bringing back all sorts of memories being here this morning. Not all of them good, it has to be said. I've been on this bank of PCs, which is identical one, that screensaver that I used to do my homework on. But just looking at these, and I can hear that dial-up noise. Do you remember that? Oh. It's quite triggering listening to that noise. Oh, and you had to hope your mum wasn't going to call her friends while you were trying to do some work on the internet at the same time. Oh, there it goes. Let's get rid of that. They have got all sorts of computers here, just about every computer you can imagine. Acorns, Ataris, Commodores, Sinclairs. They're going to have a games arcade room coming soon as well. They've even got a shop selling cassettes, video cassettes, which makes me feel quite old. They've all got all sorts of old consoles as well. Talking of old, they've got this Xbox 360. Now, in my head, this is fairly new. I'm told that's 2005, nearly 2 decades old. This is all the brainchild of Joe Kay, who his collection basically grew and grew. Joe's now playing a game of Space Invaders with daughter Danny. Joe, are you winning?
No.
No. There we are. What a surprise. Behind every Joe, of course, is a Helen. Helen, as someone who loses his partner for whole weekends to games, I feel your pain. But this is next level, isn't it?
It's been about 4 years in the making. There's been so many times when we thought we'd never get here, so many setbacks, so it's almost unbelievable that we're here, and it's been so successful already.
Where's the weirdest place you had computers when you were getting this all ready?
Every room in the house, in the lounge, in the kitchen next to the sausages, in the bathroom next to the toilet, all over the place.
And they're all here now, thankfully.
And they're all here, almost all here.
There's a serious message in all this too, isn't there, about not getting rid of your old tech or your old computers?
Absolutely. We held a jumble sale about a couple of months ago, and it's that old adage of one man's junk is another man's treasure. People were going wild for old cables and things like that. We've had a lot of people who have had loved ones pass away who want to leave their whole collections to us as a living legacy, and it's only going to get bigger and bigger.
Helen, thank you so much for joining us this morning. Very briefly, your first computer console, do you remember?
Sega Mega Drive.
Sega Mega Drive, very good. We've been asking you that this morning. It's been fascinating looking at all this tech, but also hearing from you about your earliest computer memories. So many people talking about this one, the BBC Micro, remember that? And also this game, Chucky Egg. Do you remember that? John, Sally, did you used to play that one?
Egg, yes, I do. On cassette.
Do you?
Yes. It's a classic.
I think you've possibly played more games than I did.
I think you're probably right. And I think I'm feeling a lot older than Peter's feeling.